Is it about time we should be looking at Mitoma as a world-class player and one of the best wingers in the world at the moment? I mean, world-class gets thrown around a bit too candidly nowadays. However, the lad clearly is one of the best talents in the world at the moment. And my question is he in that category of world-class? Because I'm starting to think so. I mean, before we get into Mitoma, should we start looking at Japan as one of these dark horse kind of nations in the next World Cup or so? Because the talent they've got at the moment, you got Mitoma, you got that Kubo from Real Sociedad, you got Endo in Liverpool's midfield, obviously got Minamino, and it's a quality squad. We saw them in the World Cup against Germany, and they just outworked them really. But now I think we've always seen Japan as a hard-working nation in football. However, they're bringing through such good players nowadays, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down. But back to Mitoma, I mean, he's such a good player to watch at the moment, and I don't know if there's many better left wingers in the world than him currently, because you obviously got Vinicius Junior, Mbappe. I don't think he's in that category yet. However, below that, I'm not thinking of too many better wingers at the moment, because he is spearheading this Brighton attack. Obviously, it's not just him. You've got Ethan Ferguson, you've got Danny Welbeck, you've got Solly March, and there's a whole heap of players. But Mitoma is probably the standout player for them at the moment. And they are real challengers for the top four because they're not slowing down. Of course, Europe is going to hinder them a bit potentially. But like I said before, the squad depth is, it's built strong enough potentially now. And even if Mitoma does go down, you've got Ansu Fati coming off the bench. However, I think it needs to be said that Mitoma is borderline world class, because what can't he do? He's one of the best dribblers in Europe at the moment. He's got goals to his game, he's got assists to his game. He's got 3 goals, 3 assists this season, so a goal contribution in every game. And he seems like a big game player. He doesn't shy away from the big occasion, which is just commendable really, and it's what you want in a world class player. And there's just something endearing about these Japanese players, because maybe it's generalising them, but they just seem such a hard working, no nonsense. They don't cry, they don't moan about playing time. They're just in there to do a job as best they can, and they do it, don't they? I mean, look at Endo for Liverpool at the moment. He hasn't moaned once. He's come from captaining a mid-table German team, and he hasn't really got much game time. He's been in and out. But I haven't heard anything about him wanting more game time or anything. He's just coming in to do a job. It's like Minamino for Liverpool. He never moaned. He went on loan for Southampton. It didn't work out for him. But every time he got on the pitch, he just put in 100% effort. And it's what Minamino's doing. But the thing is with Minamino, he has that world-class ability as well, which the two of them go together at the moment. And it's just insane. He is, I think, the best left winger in the league at the moment. Maybe Luis Diaz. If you put in, I don't know, Jack Grealish at the moment, he's not playing well, he's a bit injured. You just can't give enough praise to Brighton at the moment and the Zerbi and just what they've got going on, because they're just creating such a fun, just great team that hopefully can challenge for titles or silverware or European competitions in the future if they keep these good players. Because what people are forgetting about Brighton, they have got a lot of money behind them now, because obviously not every single bit of the transfer fees they've couped over the last few years are going to be going just back into the squad. Obviously it goes into the infrastructure of the club, obviously it goes into the stadiums and just everything around it. However, I think it's going to be soon that Brighton do bring in that 50, 60 million pound player that just turns them into a fun, energetic, potentially top 6, top 4 team, to a real force in the league. And hopefully Mitoma doesn't leave, because the way he's playing at the moment, even in January, a big club is going to put 70, 80, 90, 100 million behind it, because the lad's 26, he doesn't seem to be that injury prone, he's just fantastic, isn't he really? And he doesn't seem to be slowing down, because last season, even I questioned it, was he going to be a one-season wonder? Because we've seen a heap of them, haven't we? But once you get to your second season and you start performing, if not better than your first season, obviously he's played, by first season I mean when he turned out, he showcased himself to the world. When you do that second season, it's different, I think, and that's when you start getting put in that top class category where you got to think about it. More defenders are wise to Mitoma now. He'll be getting double marked by teams, and I can't see how he's going to slow down. And to me, he is one of the best wingers in the world at the moment. But to again go slightly a bit more into Brighton, I made a video last month or so saying Brighton for the Champions League. But realistically, could Brighton get into the Champions League this season? Because what is slowing them down? Say Mitoma goes down, you've got Ansu Fati. Say Evan Ferguson goes down, you've got João Pedro, you've got Danny Welbeck. Say the centre-backs go down, they've got about 5 or 6 deep at the moment. So where's going to be the problem for Brighton? If the keeper goes down, they got Steele in net, who was excellent for them last season. And De Zerbi just seems like he knows what he's doing at the moment. He's instilled such a hard-working team. They play such good football. They're so energetic. And really, what is stopping them? Because this season is slightly open at the moment. It's going to be a competitive top four. You've got Spurs, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, even maybe West Ham. Man United might pull the fingers out. But if I was Brighton, I'd be going, let's go for it at the moment. I think the big test for Brighton at the moment will be their next 3 fixtures, because they've got Villa, Liverpool and Manchester City. So if they can get 3-6 points in that few fixtures, I really think people are going to be starting looking at Brighton as a top 4 contender. Because my question is, why not? Why can't they do it? Because we saw Newcastle do it last year. They had more funds behind them. However, it looks like Brighton has better recruitment and a better coach behind them, really. So I really want Brighton to get to the Champions League, because it's cool seeing a new team in Europe regardless. But it's going to be pretty cool to see Brighton in the Champions League next season if they can make it. But you let me know what you think. Do you think Mitoma is world class? Because if he keeps the pace this season, if he gets 16 goals and 10 assists and makes the team of the season again and just continues to be excellent, then if he does that and Brighton get top 4, he is undisputably world class in my opinion. And if he takes on to next year, which I personally don't think he'll be at Brighton next year, then he's going to be playing in the Champions League one way or another. And I personally think that will be for someone like a Real Madrid, like a Manchester City, like an Arsenal, like a Liverpool potentially. But he'll go for a lot of money regardless. But if you like this video, just a quick one, leave a like on it, that'd be great. If you could subscribe, fantastic. And yeah, see you next time.